Hi everyone, Kuzmal Designs here, and what you're looking at is my Tamiya 1/35th scale M1 Abrams tank. Now, you've probably seen this on the channel before. I did a video many moons ago, I guess you could say, when I first started my channel. Now, it's changed quite a bit. I actually been showing this one some love just because, I didn't want to see it go. I built this many years ago. And actually, long before I even started my channel, I built this tank, and it didn't have a display base, didn't really have anything. It was just kind of sitting on my shelf. And then in the past, I guess, year or so, especially with the move, it was getting broken. The antennas were getting broken off. The track fell off. It was just getting banged and bruised, and then it was getting kind of sad. So I thought, you know what, it's either going to be a rebuild, or this one's going to just go in the parts pile, or I should do something about it. So I thought, let's do something about it. So I thought, what can I do? So I thought, let's see what extra parts are available, out there. So what I found is this right here, and I thought, okay, I'll use them all, but no, I ended up just using the little basket there, which is in the back, because the parts, that are already kind of built and glued on, they're on there, for life. So, that's fine. So I got the rack back there. That looks good. The rack, get it? A rack. Anyway, the antennas are new. Those are from Voyager. Because the ones that I had originally built, they're like this stretched out sprue from, taking the parts off originally, and then I stretched out the sprue from heating it up, and then painted it, but they were uneven, and then they just got broke anyway, right? So these ones here are from Voyager that I painted up and then put on. So those are much nicer. They're even. They look great, and they should stay on there without me knocking them down, hopefully. And then of course I made a nice display base for it. Now obviously these are the picture frames from IKEA that translate nicely into display stands. Threw some grout down, and then put the tank down, and then as it was drying, threw some sand down, and then once that dried, I used this Gulf War pigment sand stuff to give it that more realism look, I guess you could say. And then I might throw some more sand and pigment down just to give it that more deserty look, but we'll see, because I'm not too sure if I'm going to add more figures to the outside later. I'm not too sure if I'm done with this yet, so I just, I don't want to go too far. And then, of course, with that same pigment here, this Gulf War stuff, I, did more to the tank, with the weathering and such. Same with defining details. If you go back in my video archive, I did a video on, like, my tanks. You'll see, like, a picture of, like, 4 or 5 tanks, and this one's there. You'll see the difference between that one and this one, and I think they look completely different, especially with weathering, the antennas, and the tow cable. Redid the tow cable. It's the same tow cable, just repainted it. And the crew figures, I kind of took them out and did a little more detailing work to them to make them look a little more real. I'm trying to think what else I did to this thing. Just kind of spiced it up a bit, right? And obviously this is from the first Gulf War. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but I did, the camo pattern in that. Because I think I might want to add more, to the basket, right? Have the, some gear hanging from the racks and things like that. Yeah, I know I said it again. But yeah, just spruce it up a bit more. But this is just the first step in making an old model new again, right? I don't want to chuck it. And this works, right? You can pose it any which way you want, and the crew figures can come in and out. So maybe because these are the ones that came with the box. This is pretty much an out of the box build. So if you want to change those out, add some aftermarket ones later, you can. But I mean, usually, if you're from North America, the first tank model anyone usually buys is either a Sherman or an Abrams normally. I mean, I could be wrong, but that was the first one I went after. It's just got that cool factor, right? But, you know, again, I didn't want to rebuy this model. I mean, I like the Abrams, and I think it would be a cool build, but I mean, there's so many variants out there now. I think when I bought this one and maybe the M1A1, I believe, don't quote me on that, but was the only ones available at the time, I think. But there wasn't too many more. I think it was like this one and the one with the plow. I think that was the only ones available, I believe. But now there's so many. So I didn't want to just let this one go, especially because this was like my first one. But anyway, I just wanted to show it off. I didn't want, you know, I wanted to show it some love. So there you go. That's my my old is new again Abrams. So thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think. So thanks so much. Bye-bye.